on this record run. Now, I want to tell you a couple things that I've talked about on Tech Talk a lot is the back half numbers in the last 320. And what we do to get the last 320 is we take the 1320, which she went 6.665. And I want to tell you, I got to give her credit right here. The motorcycle went like a laser from the start line to the finish line. And she must have shifted on time every time because the bike was very consistent and it was going very fast. And if you guys don't care about pro stock motorcycles or motorcycles and you're only interested in cars or Harleys, back up just a second and take your blinders off and listen to this horsepower per cubic inch and this RPM show and application of horsepower, because all of this is interesting to us if we take our blinders off and realize that we're talking about world record performance for machines and humans, the performance of the machines and the humans. I just want to share this with you. We take the 666 with a 5 and subtract the 1,000 foot of 5.551, and it gives us a 1.114 seconds to go the last 320. This is 1,000 foot. This is 1320. I might write that on there to help us. This is 1,000 foot, and this is 1320. So the last 320 feet, it took Karen 1.11 seconds to go the last 320. Now, this number is important to compare. This is kind of like our at-track dyno sheet. Another thing that's really important to compare is the 6.665 quarter mile time and subtract the eighth mile time from it, 4.256, gives us a back half of 2.414. So when I look, I know if you hook up good, you're going to go 103, 104, 105. If you drive really straight and shift on time, you're going to go a 430 something, 160 something. That's pretty good. These are two numbers that I'm not used to seeing. This is a number I'm not used to seeing. I saw a couple of 103s last year. Steve Johnson did it once or twice. I think Karen did. Jerry Savoy did. But I think there may be a 102 out there, but I'd say 105 is more average. This 277, I've not seen that number before, but I believe the record was before this run was about 4.29 or 4.25 in 4.29 to 4.30 in the eighth. And this is a new record here. Now, the 165 and the 5551 and the 6665, now those are outstanding. This is important to compare everybody else to, 241 to a 111. Just to throw some numbers out, I'm going to move over here to Erica Ender's record. I don't have her whole time sheet, but I do have some interesting numbers. She set the NHRA Pro Stock car record at 6.45. She went a 413 in the eighth at 169 miles an hour. Now I'm going to move these over so you can see them at the same time. And I'm going to raise it enough to where you can. Hold on. There we go. This is interesting to me. Erica has a very aerodynamic Camaro, probably 0.29, 0.3 drag coefficient, and she had a back half of 2.32, and Karen bike is a 2.414. Also, we all see and read and hear about, I saw Erica go 169 on one run, didn't she? I see, yeah, that's right. Oh, Erica, you're right. Yeah, Karen went 165, and Erica went 169. But what I wanted to separate these thoughts were, this is a fairly dirty machine, not because of Karen not tucking in and not because it's an old TL Suzuki. I mean, it's an old TL. Like we debuted a TL back in 2022 or 2021, and it's not necessarily the most aerodynamic package, but it gets a lot of air for the engine, so you can make a lot of power early. So this 425, 165 is incredible. And Erica, with her Camaro and fuel injection and 500 cubic inches, she went 413, which is, what is that? That's only, what's that, 15, 12 hundredths quicker. But in the back, the next 660, the back half, Erica went 2.32 and Karen went 2.41. So that's only 9 hundredths difference in the back 660 the second 660 of the quarter mile. I thought that was very, very interesting. And if I knew the rest of the numbers here, we could do the math and figure out her last 320. But the pro stock cars are almost twice as aerodynamic as the pro stock motorcycles. Now that's hard for somebody to visualize because they say, yeah, but the bike is so tiny and the car is so big. But if you look at the area times the actual drag coefficient in there. That's the engineering terms that are above my pay grade. But if Erica's car is a 0.3, Karen's motorcycle is about a 0.5 or more. And I just wanted you to see that that's how strange it is. Now another question I got earlier was, oh, I'm not on Karen's team. I didn't do anything on this team. I'm not taking any credit for it. I am giving credit for these guys over here. The War team, Vance and Hines, and Karen Stoffer and her team. They did a great job preparing. But I am a fan, and I enjoyed watching this performance. And I saw some people that normally go fast didn't, and they will. I think as the season progresses, we'll see the conditions will go back to somewhat normal, and we'll see some performance come back to normal. But I think we'll see a lot more 670s this year when the conditions come back to more regular, which is 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 foot corrected altitude. Now, at one time this weekend, I saw minus 1,000 feet. So if you go somewhere where the conditions are extraordinary, like 1,000 foot above sea level, this was 2,000 feet lower than that. That's hard to believe. Now, what's important, as I said earlier, in that when you get to 1,000 foot below or sea level, is the barometric pressure that actually forces the air into the engine to make horsepower. And the guys that tune and the gals that tune, they have to be really good at getting the air-fuel ratio right. I don't care if it's gasoline, alcohol, methanol, nitro, whatever. When you got that much barometer, you have to treat it a little bit like boost, and you got to put fuel in where you need it.